Unfortunately, bed bugs and litigation have something in common. Bed bugs need blood. Therefore, if they are feeding on people, people are not very happy. If we look over here, we see bed bugs feeding on somebody's arm. It happens to be Joe Borelli. Now, a bed bug normally, if it has food, comes down once a week to feed. Some on Monday, some on Tuesday, but every night some are feeding. They're so tough they can go up to 540 days without eating. Then watch out, man, when somebody comes into the room, say after 2 months, that they haven't eaten. And so the marks that are left from this, if we look over here, some people, no reaction, but most people, after a couple days, have large welts. And if you look closely, they're in a line because the bed bugs line up along the veins and then tilt their head forward and feed along there. And then when they're done, they move back off of the host onto the mattress or box springs or wherever they were hiding. Now, one of the things to help you avoid litigation, the National Pest Management Association has online a bed bug contract. And we will leave this site on here for a minute so you have time to write it down. But I strongly advise that you look at this before you write your own contracts. In reality, some of the things you must do is, one, not only do, say in a hotel, that one room, but do the rooms on either side and above and below it, and insist on that. 2, record which rooms you do. Try to have in an apartment building a separate contract with each apartment. Record what materials you used and what you did in each room. It's also important to not promise too much where the customer's expectations is complete elimination the second you walk out. It's usually going to take you 2 or 3 times to eliminate those bed bugs in that structure. Another very important point is communicating with the customer. When you do cockroach control and you're using bait, the room looks the same before and after. But for bed bug control, we're talking about coming in, ripping the cloth off the back of the box spring, taking all the pictures off the wall, taking the mattress off, taking the headboard off, taking every drawer out of every dresser. It looks like a war zone when you're done. And if you haven't explained that to the customer before, it's not going to be good. Also, the expectation is important that you're going to be back again and again. Now, don't scare them to death and say, we're going to rip your place apart. Start with something like, we will be very thorough, and then explain in detail. Now, one more point, and this, I could not make this up. This is incredible. I always thought that bed bugs, large numbers, would concentrate on human beings. But George Williams from Univar told me a story and documented with some pictures in the New England area in a poultry house, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Picture now, say 9,000 birds in a poultry house. Coming up to the poultry house and seeing these brown things all over here, tens of thousands of them. Those are bed bugs. There were hundreds of thousands crawling up on the wall. This is a little closer showing you. They were feeding on chickens. And my first reaction was, nah, they gotta be bat bugs or some bird hemiptera. It was verified by 3 good entomologists that they are Cimex lectularis, the bed bug. And there's a close-up, just piles of these, absolute piles. That was before any control was done. So, why is that important? Bed bugs feed on rodents, rabbits. How effective is your rodent control program in the hotel or apartment building that you have? Because that could affect the efficacy of the bed bug program and, again, litigation. So these were a few points, but they're important points. Don't be shy of bed bug control, but know what you're doing and keep your record straight.